Welcome everybody to beautiful Summerside, PEI, as we're here on Championship Sunday at the 28th Annual Ed McNeil Memorial Tournament. My name is Mason and I'm here with High Button Sports, as it's the Western Warriors from PEI taking on the Pownal Red Devils. Winner of this game will head over to the Jack Day Conference Championship, looking to clinch their spot in the 28th Ed Cup final game. As both teams had pretty close games to get to this point, as the Warriors beat the Hitmen 3-2, while the Pownal Devils had a 4-0 lead against the host Capitals, but were able to hold on. It came down the very end. Starting goal for the Warriors will be Joel Latford, number 1. Well, it looks like number 31, Garrett Curry, number 34, Cal Adams will get the start. For the Pownal Devils. So Latford playing his second straight game. Curry played last night for the Devils, so they'll go over to number 34, Adams this time. The Devils are looking to keep the Ed Cup in PEI. So are the Warriors. East versus West in the quarterfinals of the Ed. Jigov will take the opening face-off. And we're underway as he wins it back. Devils have opening possession. Here's McQuillan. He was great yesterday in their win. As McQuillan will drag and shoot one. That's going to be the first stop of the game. And it was a good chance. But Joel Latford, number 1. Sorry, that's Carter Annan. My apologies. Number 33. So drop the puck. One ahead by the Warriors. Here comes Cook. Cook has a lane to the net. Cook will shoot on, and he scores! Right off the hop, the Warriors break the ice. Finn Cook, number 93, gets the goal. Cook took it to the net all by himself, powered his way through, went through the 5-hole of the goaltender. And Western PEI has the first goal of the game here on Championship Sunday. What a start. As here's Butler. He'll play up the left wall, entering the zone. As Arsenal with a shot goes, it's going to be blocked. The shin pad comes free from Stewart. Stewart plays back to the point. Brian will send it in deep. As Garrett there to collect for Pownal. He gets tangled up. Arsenal finds it. There's Arsenal out of the corner. Up top for Butler. Jax Butler fumble the puck as he'll send it in deep. Hartman will look to intercept the dump in it. Comes free. McDonald, the captain. Mason McDonald will poke it up ahead of the wall. As Bradley had Butler pinching on him. Puck comes free. Here's McDonald. Strip the puck. Here comes Riker Griffin, but he gets tangled up in front of the net. Riker Griffin played in the All-Star game last night. As here is Hartman. Gets poked off the puck, but pokes it back as Butler will let that go to his goaltender, to Latford. He makes the save. There's a shot of the All-Star game yesterday. So you can see the trophy there. Clark McGuigan got the first ever MVP of the first ever All-Star game here at the Ed McNeil. It's a trivia question, I'm sure at some point, is face-off. It's going to be one back. Devils forced to return to neutral ice. Pownal looking to get on the board here. They gave up an opening goal in the first shift. This here's Fortier. Finds Byerns. Byerns led the Devils in scoring in the round robin. It's like to be steered away. Jigov has it. Gets nudged off the puck. Battle ensues. Fortier gets tangled up as they'll backhand one towards the zone. Picked up by the Warriors as Carpenter will handle it in neutral ice. Carpenter makes a move by the defender. Carpenter stalls the puck, will send it in deep. As back to retrieve it is Gaudet. Gaudet goes up the wall, kept in by Jigov. That's Adrian Jigov. There's Adrian and Darian Jigov on this team. Puck with the point. Here's Grant McDonald to Fortier. Fortier will shoot one towards the goal. Rebounds there, but sent to the corner. As Adrian Jigov will make a move in the corner. As a forechecker on him. Laid up ahead for Fortier. Fortier gets taken down. Pass in front. Here's Byron's our lone shot. He scores! Tie game! The Devils with the equalizer. Riley Byers, number 9, takes the great feed in front and makes no mistake. I believe it was Fortier who made the play. And we're tied here in Summerside. Beautiful pass in front to find Byers. The Devils are dancing here in Summerside. Here's Riley. Riley gets hit there on the blue line. Puck comes free. It's Jigov looking to send it back in the zone. Here's Riley.
Assist by number 4, Jack Fortier.
So it was Fortier who made the play. Here's Greg looking for the puck in the corner. Luckily up the boards. Looking to clear is Western PEI. Pass to the middle. Looking for Cook. So he sent the opposite direction. Here comes Stewart. Shot on goal. Stop made. Rebound in the blue paint. It's going to be covered up. As Adams gets the glove on the puck to make the save. I'd like to thank our event sponsors for this weekend. It's been a great weekend of hockey. A first-class tournament here at the Ed McNeil Memorial. The premier U13 AAA Hockey League tournament here at this side east of Montreal. As a shot for the face-off. Rebound. They score. Stewart finds a loose puck. Bangs it home. Warriors back up top. Three goals in less than 3 minutes of play between both teams. As Rylan Stewart, number 8 for the Warriors, jams home the rebound. And it's 2-1 here at the Credit Union Place. As here is Trainer looking to respond for the Devils. Trainer sent to the corner. Here's McQuillan. Pass towards the goal. Looking for Jigov. That's going to be intercepted. There's Stewart now, the most recent goal scorer. Up for Arsenault. Gets poked out the puck by Barrett.
Assist by number 3. Right
sent to the corner. McQuillan will collect.
Down to goal 252.
There's Cale McQuillan.
Arsenault from Griffin.
Played to the middle. Intercepted by Arsenault, but that's about a stick. A Trainer. Stick on the Devils now. Trainer with McQuillan and Jigov. Enters the zone. Trainer makes a move to the slot. Still has the puck. Trainer shot up high. Stop made. Rebounds to the crease. It's still loose, but they whack it out the zone. As the Warriors take it the other way. Down the left side. Pass in front for Griffin. No dragon. Shoot one blocked. Off the shin pad. Still 2-1 here in Summerside as Noy will try to hold the line. Makes a move. Gets steered to the corner. Here is Noy. Send it back inside the zone. Hartman looking to clear. Hart gets tangled up behind the net by Cam Harris. Puck comes free. Shot towards the goal off the goaltender as McQuillan will collect for Pownal. Here comes Cale McQuillan. Enters the zone. Puts the moves on in the half wall. Still has the puck. McQuillan holding on to it in the slot. Pass in front. Stop made. And that was a beautiful setup from McQuillan. So we'll play on. That will exit the zone. Sent back towards the Warriors' end, but picked up by Noy, who will chip it in the zone. There's Carpenter back to retrieve it. Carpenter will up the wall. Finds Jigov. Jigov pass in the middle, and a great breakout play. Here comes Byers. Byers has a step on the defender, but met there at the line by a stick. Puck comes free for Jigov at neutral ice. Batted down by Fortier. Here comes Fortier. He made the great pass in the first goal for the Devils. Fortier has the puck behind the net. Jack Fortier holding on to it. Pass up top for Riley. Riley will shoot one towards the goal, off the glove and wide. Here's Byers. It's tangled up behind the net. Comes free for Gallant, looking to clear, go up the wall. Noy, as Riley came pinching in, keeps it inside the zone. Here's Luke Riley, the top of the zone, will backhand one in deep. Byers in the forecheck, but Gorel makes the good escape move as he'll lead the rush for Western PEI. Sent down the left wall. Here come the Warriors now. Williams has it. Williams on the goal line. Will get sticked off the puck by Holmes. Battle ensues, comes free behind the net. Pass to the top. Here's Lynch. Lynch will walk to the middle and shoot one off a stick and wide of the net. Williams gets the rebound. Williams out there with Cook and Smallman. He takes it up top, drops it off for his defender. It's going to be played in the zone, but turned over. Chance here for the Devils, as Jigov might have had a step there, but the pass hit his back. Here's Cook on the right side, enters his zone. Shot off the rush, will go wide of the net. Rebound play to the opposite wall as McDonald lifts the stick, which will cause the puck to leave the zone. Here is Williams. Williams over to Cook. Cook, one-touch pass looking for Smallman, just out of his reach as the Devils will recollect. Halfway through this first period, 2-1 to score. As I'll be sent down the ice as Lynch, last man back, negates the icing. Lynch, looking to clear, goes out the boards, kept in by McDonald. Here's Dylan McDonald, has a chance. Bradley in front, stop made, rebound in the crease. They whack away, still loose, and it's going to be whistled down despite the puck being loose as the referee, arm to chest, says my bad, that's my fault.
Second goal. Score by number 8, Ryan Stewart. Assist by number 11, Jason Arsenal. And number 3, Riker Griffin.
So Griffin and Arsenal get the assist credits on the Stewart goal. That's the most recent marker as it's 2-1. They'll drop the puck to the glove side of Joel Latford. Puck is dropped. Here's Dylan McDonald. We'll throw it towards the goal. Tipped on net. Rebound off the side of the cage. That was Cale McQuillan looking for it. Here's McDonald over McDonald. Shot. Just goes wide. That was Mason to Dylan McDonald on that connection. For Pownal, as Warriors are going to clear. Kept in the zone. Dylan McDonald plays to the point. Hartman shot towards the goal. Just goes wide. Rebound there to clear. Butler goes up the boards. Pinching in his Hartman. He'll keep the play inside the zone. Here's Bradley behind the net. Wraparound chance. Stop made by Latford as he went post to post with the pad. Puck escapes the zone. Here's Hartman. Hartman will circle off the forecheck. Makes a pass over to his D-man. Played up the wall for Bradley. Bradley will collect. Enters the zone on the right side as he gets tangled up on the play. And that'll be a penalty. First penalty of the game will go to the Warriors as McDonald shot at the awkward angle. Stop made by Latford as the Warriors touch up. The signal is hooking from the referee behind the net. So the Devils, who are down a goal, under the man advantage, hooking the signal once again. Penalty will be assessed to number 11, Jace Arsenault. So we'll drop the puck. Battle ensues. Here's McQuillan, gets it out of the corner. McQuillan has the puck on the half wall, plays it down low. Here is Jigov, pass to McQuillan on the return feed. It's going to be fanned on. McQuillan might have been tangled up there. As there's Trainer looking for the loose puck. Trainer will bat it towards the zone. Puck comes free on the wall. So that will be played out the zone. And Smallman on the forward check against Carpenter. Foot race for the puck. Carpenter will get there first. He'll fake one way, go the other. Gets taken down. Might have fell down on his own power. As Devils have it. They have numbers up the ice. 3-on-2. McQuillan enters his zone on the right side. McQuillan towards the slot, knocked off of his stick, and that will be sent down the ice. And a short-handed chance here. As here comes Griffin. Riker Griffin, short-handed on the breakaway. Stop made. And that's a big one from Adams. Keeps it 2-1. Here's McQuillan. McQuillan, as the Devils are changing on the power play. Over across for Jigov. Here's Darian Jigov down the left side. Enters his zone. Jigov toe drag out of the corner. Still has the puck. Spin move. Pass in front. Stop made, Latford. That was a beautiful feed. As number 2 for the Devils was dancing his way on the goal line. That will stay out due to the fact that Joel Latford made the save with the pad. 48 seconds to go in the power play. 3.5 to go in the period. Still 2-1 for the Warriors in this all-PEI matchup. As puck exits the zone, here's Cook, lifts the stick, gets the puck. Cook through the middle will throw it towards the goal. It's going to be stopped by Adams. It's number 34, and White makes the save. 35 seconds now, and the penalty to Arsenault. Griffin will take the face-off. The All-Star will play it ahead in the corner. Comes straight for Fortier. Fortier up the wall. It's going to be sent back in the zone by Butler as he one-times that in the opposite corner. As there's 20 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Bradley up the wall for Jigov. That's Adrian Jigov looking to find Byron. It's going to be intercepted. It's a shin pad on the clearing attempt. Comes free for Fortier. Fortier, play it back. Little cross for Riley. Riley up the wall. It's going to be sent back the other way. And chance here once again shorthanded for Cook, but the puck was out of his reach. That's going to do it for the Devils' power play. We're back to 5-on-5. Arsenault back on the ice. They'll join the play. Arsenault gets the puck. Arsenault will spin and fire one towards the goal. It's going to be sticked away. Devils have it. It's going to be played up for Fortier. They'll hop over his stick and the stick of Butler as well. Comes free for Brian in his own end. Here's Brian. Pass over to Butler. Butler will make a move on his own blue line. Pass across the ice. Finds Stewart, who will spin and enter the zone. Stewart going to make a move by the defender. Puck comes free on the wall. Devils have it. Poked up ahead. Here's Bradley for Pownal. Bradley will drag and shoot one towards the goal, blocked on its way through. That'll be sent the other way. There is Riker Griffin. Number 3 has the puck for the Warriors. Shot from Stewart out the pass. Stop made. Rebound. Just goes over the net. Stewart looking for his second of the game. As McDonald has it, there's Dylan McDonald up for Mason McDonald. Looking for Bradley, but he was all tangled up and neutralized by Gaudette. Warriors have it. Pass up ahead. Here's Griffin again. Riker Griffin. Shot up high. Just goes over the net. Gallant finds the rebound for the Warriors. Played up top. Gaudette shot. Finds to Griffin. Griffin makes a move on that. Stop made. Stewart was parked in front for the tip. Puck ends in the corner. Minute and a half to go in the first. Gallant falls down. Puck comes free. Warriors have it. Here's Griffin again. Toe drag. Griffin shot towards the goal. Stop made by Adams once again. And Stewart right in that blue paint. That's how he scored the first one. He has the puck again. Wraparound chance. Jammed just wide. Looking to clear is Mason McDonald, the captain for Pownal. Will use his body to shield the puck. Still has it neutral ice, but Griffin gets a stick on as he was falling down, but McDonald gets it right back. Warriors have it again. As Gallant makes a few nice moves in neutral ice, but puck will come free as he enters his zone. Here is McQuillan off the bench. Cale McQuillan down the left wall. A toe drag and shoot one, but he couldn't get that one on net. Here's Smallman up for Cook. Cook had the opening goal in this game in the first shift. This will send it in deep. As Williams there to collect from the opposite wall. Williams will play towards the middle. Here's Cook. One-timer shot stop made by Adams in a freeze play. With 40 seconds to go in the opening frame. His Warriors are up 2-1. Face off will be the blocker's side of Devils goaltender Cal Adams. Puck is dropped, one back. Play to the point. Here's Greg. Shot just goes wide. A rebound picked up by McQuillan. McQuillan will sauce it through the middle. Picked up by Jigov. 2-on-2 developing here. Jigov, the left side, will drag and shoot one off the shin pad of Greg. Puck up into the corner. Poked up the zone. That will exit and enter the Devils' end. Here's McDonald. Grant McDonald has the puck for Pownal behind his own cage. Up for McQuillan. McQuillan will go backhand to the middle. Finds Jigov. Here's Darian Jigov with 10 seconds to go. Finds Trainer. Trainer makes a move as he enters the zone. Trainer will shoot one blocked in front. And with 4 seconds to go, it's going to be played to the wall. And that's going to do it for the opening 12 minutes of this one. 2-1 your score. Teams traded some early goals and kind of settled in as there hasn't been much action since the first half of the period. We'll take a quick break. You're tuned into High Button Sports at the NWA Memorial. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back inside Credit Union Place, a 2-1 game here in the Jack Day semifinals. Here's Jigov looking for it, comes free for Gallant. Warriors have the lead in this game. Gallant going to weave his way through. It's going to be knocked off his stick, finds Byron. Byron is the only goal for Pownal in this one so far. He led their team in scoring in the round robin play. As Byron's collects it out of the corner. Byron's going to lean on the net, but desperation play was successful. by Cam Harris. Here comes Gallant looking for it. Picked up by Fortier, who had the assist on that opening goal for the Devils. We're 30 seconds into this second period. Here's Brian. Brian makes a few moves in neutral ice, enters the zone on the right side. Number 55, Brian will shoot it on net. And using the body to make the save was Cal Adams. Rebound collected. Devils have it in their own zone. Played up ahead for Adrian Jigoff, who will try and exit the zone, but Brian keeps it in. 1 minute is gone here in the period. Here's Jigoff looking to clear. Finds Byron, looking to sauce it through the middle, but picked up by Gallant. Gallant has it neutralized. He falls down at the blue line. He comes free for Harris. Here's Harris towards the goal as he gets taken down. No call on the play. As Byron chips himself near the blue line as he's tangled up with Griffin. It's going to be played to the wall. Collected by Lynch. As it's going to be sent the other way. There's Jigoff on the forecheck, looking to get the puck in the zone. He will. Battle ensues right in front of the Devils bench as the door was open there on the Devils side. As puck comes free for Bradley. Bradley on the right wall will send it in on his backhand. Gets his own dump in. Bradley will hold on to the puck behind the net. It's tangled up with Gaudette. Bradley finds it on the goal line. Bradley plays it up top. Riley, shot tipped just wide by Stewart on the defensive effort. Comes free behind the net for McDonald. Mason McDonald has it in the corner. Devils looking to tie the game. Pass in front. Shot is on off the side of the cage. It's going to be picked up by Hartman. He's weaving his way through. Shot stop made. That was Dylan McDonald who let that one rip. There's Stewart now. Stewart has the go-ahead goal right now for the Warriors. Griffin has it. Riker Griffin, the All-Star, will go back for Stewart. Stewart cross ice. He finds Arsenault. Arsenault makes a move past Holmes. Arsenault reaches forward in the corner. It's going to be played up the boards. Comes free in a circle. Here's Dylan McDonald for Pownal. 3-on-2 developing here. He has Bradley and Holmes. McDonald pass across just over the stick of Holmes, looking to redirect that one to tie the game. Smallman will collect for the Warriors in the defensive end. Smallman has it down the right wall. Here's Griffin Smallman rather. This will circle back in neutral ice and send it in deep. Picked up by Riley behind the net. Luke Riley looking to clear. It's going to be kept in by the forecheck of Cook as he has the puck in the corner. Faden Cook had the opening goal in this game on the breakaway. Comes free. Here's Williams. Williams will make a move on the wall. Pass in front, intercepted by Dylan McDonald. As he will be forced to play to his goaltender, who makes the save and covers up with a whistle. I'd like to thank our event sponsors for this weekend. This first-class, world-class tournament wouldn't be possible without the names on your screen, so be sure to support them if you can in any way. This will drop the puck, comes free in front of the net, but Garrett was there to poke it out of the harm's way. Pownal has it. Down the left wall, shot off the rush, just goes wide. Trainer looking for the rebound as he falls down. Here's Williams, he gets tangled up in front of the net. Jigoff will find it. Over to McQuillan. Here's Cale McQuillan. Has the puck on the goal line behind the net now, holding on to it. McQuillan will throw it towards the goal. Rebound's there for Trainer. Shot blocked. Big block there from Grigg. Here's Garrett. Garrett will take a slap shot towards the goal. Goes well wide. Rebound collected and sent up the well by Coral. It's going to be kept in the zone by Garrett, but intercepted on the dump and attempt as Warriors will clear. Looking for the bounce was Cook, but Hartman plays it perfectly. He'll send it back into the zone. Here is Goral. Goral will cycle it back behind the net, finds Grigg. Grigg plays it up the board, so it's going to be kept in by the skates. As here's Griffin. Riker Griffin, 3-on-2, developing here. He makes the move. Griffin still has it, but that second toe drag was unsuccessful as McQuillan will take it the other way. Here's Cale McQuillan on the left wall. Will make a move. McQuillan still has it. Shot on net. Stop made as he was falling down. Butler made the play. Sent to the half wall. Devils have it. Here's Jigoff. Shot towards the goal. Redirected by McQuillan and stop made by Joel Latford. Number 1 for the Western Warriors. Plays softly the blocker's side of the goaltender inside the Warriors zone. as Butler takes the puck off the face-off wing for the Warriors. This here's Arsenault. Arsenault will go across the wall looking for Stewart. Stewart couldn't handle it. That's going to be out the zone and sent back in deep by McDonald. That was Grant McDonald, one of the 3 McDonalds on the Devils. Here is Arsenault. Enters the zone on the left side. Pass to the middle. It's going to be off of skates as that will exit the zone. Butler will collect it, neutralize, goes D to D. Here is Brian. Brian saucer to the wall for Arsenault. They'll be chipped into the zone. Carpenter will collect for the Devils, so take it behind the net as Griffin on him. Carpenter played up the wall, gets the return pass. Devils looking to transition here, neutralize. It's going to be sent the other way off the turnover. Here comes Griffin. Riker Griffin on the backhand will spin in the corner, looking for a trailer. Finds Arsenault, but it's out of his reach. This here's Butler. They'll enter the zone on the wall. Arsenault towards the goal, hits a skate on its way through as Jigov will collect. Here's Adrian Jigov through the middle of the ice. Has the puck for Pownal, and on the back check of Stewart makes the play. And there's going to be a penalty on Stewart on the back check. Holding is the call on number 8 in blue, so another chance for this Devils power play, looking to tie the game. McDonald out there with Dylan McDonald. Mason McDonald, who I was referring to, with the face-off. Puck dropped. One back as Cook will collect it and fire it off the wall. As Warriors cleared up the face-off. As Riley looked like the puck from his goaltender. Smallman on the forecheck. Puck put up the boards. Here's McDonald. 2-on-2 with Bradley. Mason McDonald through the middle. We'll leave it for Bradley. Gets knocked off the puck. Comes free on the boards to the captain of the Devils. McDonald plays it down low, but Bradley can handle the pass. He loses his stick in the wall, but Riley there to collect. Here's Luke Riley. Takes it in the corner. Finds Bradley. Bradley will fire it up for home. Gets a return pass in the half wall. Riley will spin towards the corner. Makes a move in the circle. Up top for Holmes. Back for Riley in the half wall. Bradley shot towards the goal. This goes wide as Riley on the opposite wall will collect it. Riley will shoot it towards the net. Picked up and sent towards the blue line. Here's Arsenault. Smallman has it. Smallman down the left wall. Makes a move. Trying to kill some clock here as it seems shorthanded for the next minute. Devils have it. We're past the halfway mark of regulation. Still 2-1. Here's Bradley. Devils are on the power play. He'll enter the zone. Bradley will shoot out the rush. Blocker save. Rebounds there. Clear to the line. Kept in by Holmes. As Holmes will backhand out the wall. Gets tangled up. And that'll be sent down the ice by the Warriors. Inside the last 5 minutes of the second period. As here's Hartman. He'll spin off a check. Hartman has the puck. Goes across the ice. Picked up by Trainer. Trainer will button hook as he enters the zone. Watch out here. Puck comes free. And Riker Griffin has a step to the goal. Griffin, shot stop made. As rebound put to the corner. As Griffin fell into the goaltender. Here's McQuillan. 8 seconds to go on the power play. McQuillan on the right wall. Enters the zone. Towards the middle. McQuillan towards the goal. Stop made. Rebound. Will go off the side of the net. Wraparound chance. It's loose on the side of the net. As we're back to 5-on-5. Trainer has it again. Shot, stop made and tight. And covered up as Joel Latford makes the save once again. So Devils 0 for 2 in the power play here in this one. 4:04 to go. Shots are 19-2 in favor of Pownal. But they haven't been able to solve the Warriors goaltender just the one time. Jigov out there with McQuillan and Trainer for the face-off. In the offensive zone for Pownal. Puck is dropped. Here's McQuillan off the face-off. Just goes wide as he let one up in the slot. Here's Williams who will collect it. This finds Arsenault. But McQuillan will take over the puck on the blue line. Enters the zone. McQuillan trying to toe drag out the corner, but Butler uses his body to prevent that. McQuillan finds it again. Finds Trainer. Trainer will take it in behind the goal. Trainer, as the Devils, this line specifically likes to use the cycle play and take it behind the net. As here's Garrett up top. Garrett will shoot one blocked by Smallman. Rebound at the blue line as Garrett was tangled up. Makes the play to McQuillan, who's forced to circle back and neutral ice. Here's McQuillan. We'll take it to the opposite wall, across the ice. It's going to be sent on net. Stopped me by Latford. His rebound picked up by Riley and quickly cleared away. Arsenault collects. 3 1/4 to go in the second period. Arsenault finds Brian on the return feed. Brian will go cross ice. That's going to be picked up. Here's Riker Griffin to the middle for Smallman, intercepted by Garrett. But it's going to be turned over. Here's Arsenault all alone. Scores! Off the turnover. Warriors up by 2. Arsenault goes 5-0. And with 3 minutes to go in the second period, the Western Warriors have a 2-goal lead here in the Jack Day semifinals. Puck is dropped. He's free for Jigov. He'll enter the zone. Devils can use a goal. His shot is on net. It's going to be covered up by Latford. Tough turnover there if you're a Devils fan. Led to the goal. But they still have plenty of time to tie this game. As here's Byers in for the face-off. Puck dropped. One back to the point. Here's Carpenter. Carpenter over to Jigov. This is Carpenter. Go back in towards the opposite corner. Picked up by Grigg. Here's Austin. Grigg looking to clear. Poked up by Noyce and back into the zone by the Devils. It's going to be stick to the corner by Latford. It's looking to clear. There's Western PEI. Harris is tangled up in the wall with Jigov. Play to the point. Carpenter to the middle. Let's watch out there. Noy was waiting for Fortier. Kind of give him a little shove. He can't hit in U13 AAA. As here's Jigov looking for it. Comes free. Byron's going to poke it ahead. As Warriors have it now, here's Noy with Gallant and Grigg. Potential 3-on-2. Gallant stays on side. He'll take the pass and shoot one blocked by the defender. As puck comes free, his player taken down. Jigov will collect it. Jigov over to Byers. Intercepted, sent the other way. As McDonald will collect. McDonald up the ball for Jigov. As Gallant or Smallman will look for the loose puck. Comes free for Byers. So into the zone on the right side. Byers will drag and collide with Coral. Frees up the puck. Headman pass is going to be off a stick. Comes free for Pownal, but intercepted by Butler on the forecheck. As Butler makes a move off the wall, but intercepted. So back the other way. Here comes McDonald. Mason McDonald all alone. The backhand scores! The captain for Pownal scores the goal on the breakaway. Forehand, backhand, roof. And it's 3-2. Just the bounce the Devils needed. The puck was free for the captain. He made no mistake on the breakaway. Beautiful move to fake out the goaltender. Puts it upstairs. And it's a 1-goal game with 1:20 to go in the second period. As here's Dylan McDonald. McDonald will make a move. Here's McDonald! Stop made. Rebound cleared away. And that close for the Devils to tie the game once again. As Arsenault looking for the pass, will go through his feet. Picked up. As Holmes looking for the loose puck. McDonald will try and poke it back in the zone. Battle ensues. Right below us here in suite number 5. Bradley. As McDonald will poke it free. Here's Riker Griffin. Griffin makes a move, put up the wall. As Brian will collect. Brian down the left side will send it in deep. Picked up by Riley. Riley goes up the boards, but Lynch pinching in keeps the play inside the Devils zone. There's 30 seconds to go in the period. Comes free for Riker Griffin. Griffin over to Arsenault. Shot just goes wide. Puck comes free on the wall. Catching by Gaudette. Sent towards the goal. Intercepted by McDonald, the most recent goal scorer in this game. As Arsenault will turn it over. Here's Riker Griffin. Pass over across. Stewart's shot. Stop made. Rebound. Covered up. As Riker Griffin dishing off some beautiful passes. But this time, Cal Adams makes the save. 12.2 to go in the middle frame. It's a 1-goal game. Winner moves on to the conference finals en route to the Ed Cup championship game. Puck is dropped. Here's McQuillan. McQuillan will throw it out the zone. That will slowly trickle its way down towards the goal line. No icing's a signal as Lynch will fire one up the opposite wall. That's going to do it for the second period. So it's 3-2 after 2. We'll take another quick intermission break. You're tuned to High Button Sports. Coverage of the Ed McNeil Memorial will continue after the break. Welcome back inside Credit Union Place. We have a one-goal game as two teams from PEI who are looking to keep the Ed Cup on the island are facing off here in the conference semifinals. Puck is dropped. We're underway here for the third. It should be a good one here, folks, as Smallman will play it back for Goral. Up the wall, finds Williams. Williams, one to the zone left side, but on the back check was Trainer. Puck comes free. Looking to clear are the Devils as Garrett couldn't get out of the zone. Jigov will get tangled up, makes the play over to Trainer. Up for McQuillan. Cale McQuillan will enter the zone. Takes it behind the net. McQuillan looking for a lane, will take it himself and shoot one, and he scores! Just like that, the Devils have tied the game. And who else but Cale McQuillan with the goal. As he takes it into the zone himself, goes all the way in behind the net, finds the open space in tight, and it's a 3-3 game here in Summerside. Devils erase the 2-goal deficit. It's now 3-3 as here's Trainer. Trainer will send it in deep. Way behind the net, here's Butler. Butler will go off the board, but he's tangled up by Jigov. Puck comes free behind the net. Backhand towards the goal, stop made by Joel Latford. 3-3 is your score. Under a minute into this third period. McQuillan from Troy Hardman on the most recent marker. McQuillan's having himself a tournament. He had a great game last night to get his team to this point. A goal and a couple assists. And he just scored the tying goal this game as Stewart pokes it ahead. 2-on-1, Stewart and Arsenault. Stewart will pass across, but Carpenter on the back check with the defensive stick negates the pass. As here's Butler pinching into the zone, makes a move to the wall. Butler pass at one-timer, fanned on by Stewart. That would have been the second of the game and the go-ahead goal. As here comes the Devils, captained by Riker Griffin, who makes a toe drag at the blue line, but then loses the puck as Griffin has been magnificent in this tournament. He was named to the All-Star team, which was played last night, as Griffin will collect it, pass it for Stewart. Stewart enters the zone over to Arsenault. Arsenault will shoot one on, he scores! Arsenault, Warriors back up top. Beautiful shot over the glove of the goaltender. And it's 4-3. This game has been unbelievable so far. A couple of PEI rivals going at it here on a Sunday morning in Summerside. As Noy would look to poke it free. Forward CA sent the opposite direction. Byron's on the forecheck against Grigg. Grigg will take it to the corner. Finds Goral. Goral looking to clear. Warriors will play it through the middle. Picked up by Riley for the Devils. Riley will try and toe drag past Harris. Sent the other way. Picked up by Holmes. Holmes over cross. Picked up by Byarns. Now Byarns through the middle looking for Jigoff. That will go off his stick into the corner. Goral will collect. Goral takes it behind the net. Here's Jace Goral. We'll put a move on as he slows things down. His team's up by a goal here with 9.5 to go in the Jack Day semifinals as Holmes will play it behind his own net. No icing, a signal from the linesman as Harris on the forecheck. Puck comes free, but turned over. Here's McQuillan. Cale McQuillan has the third goal of the game for the Devils. Next one will be the tying one. McQuillan shot, stop made, rebound, cleared away by Gallant. It's a toe drag release. Nearly created a game time rebound as McQuillan has it in the corner, makes a move. McQuillan, fan of the shot. As they'll look to lead on number 8 here as this game progresses. Puck in the corner, 9 minutes to go in the third. It's a 1-goal game here in Summerside. As Gallant has it behind the net. As McQuillan trying to power his way to the goal, gets taken down. Harris will collect for the Warriors. That will hop over the stick of Garrett and exit the zone. Warriors can now change as they were pinned in their end for a while. Here's Garrett over to Hartman. Hartman collects the pass. Goes up the wall, taken down on the way through. Picked up by Butler. And here's Jax Butler up for Cook. Cook will go through the middle. Warriors have the puck as Smallman makes a few moves. Puck comes free for Cook. Cook enters the zone. Will try and drop it off. A shot is on. Stop made by Adams. There'll be no rebound. 8:10 to go. 1-goal game here in Summerside. As over in the Turk Gallant Arena, the Whalers are down 1-0 to the Edsa Lynx. As the two winners of this game will face off against each other in the conference finals. As that was a place or a offside, Devils will make a change. As McQuillan back out there on the ice with Jigoff. Devils looking to tie the game. They'll send their top scorers out there. Here's Williams, comes free for the Warriors on the draw. Williams towards the goal. This goes wide. Picked up. Here's Cale McQuillan down the left wall. Has the puck. McQuillan will shoot it towards the goal. Blocked as Smallman collects the rebound. Smallman has turned over behind the net. Comes free for Butler. Butler will play it up for Cook. Cook will look for a lane. Pass through the middle. So will go off the stick of Brian. McDonald will collect. McDonald up for McQuillan. As Butler falls down, comes free. McQuillan, so he can't get by Smallman on the back check. Smallman will play to the middle for the Warriors. As Brian will turn it over. Here's Trainer. Trainer towards the goal. Picked off by Smallman. He'll go up the boards, going to clear. Kept in by Carpenter. Play to the middle. So here's Trainer over to Jigoff. Jigoff a toe drag. Here's Jigoff all alone. Jigoff could finish the job. Has the puck behind the net. Jigoff wraparound chance. Knocked away by Butler. Jigoff still has it behind the net. Jigoff looking for the pass in front of Trainer. Gets it back as he looking at Trainer again, but it's going to go out of his reach. Kept it at the line. Devils have it. Shot tipped just wide as McQuillan was in on the doorstep looking for the redirection. As that'll be sent out the zone. Foot race for the puck as Grant McDonald will be the first man back for Pownal. He'll shoulder check and go up the wall. Finds Carpenter. Carpenter as he gets sent the other way. Past the middle. Here's Riker. Griffin. Fan of the shot. As he seems to be all over the puck tonight, number 3 in blue. Here comes Bradley. Bradley sent back towards the zone by Stewart. 6.5 to go here in the third. It's a 1-goal game. Here's Grant McDonald. McDonald over the wall. Pass across. Picked up by Bradley. Here come the Devils. Bradley will shoot one towards the goal, blocked on its way through. Stewart will collect the rebound. Up the boards. Here's Riker. Griffin makes a move at the blue line. Griffin still has it. Another move. Griffin on the backhand. Up high. That will just graze off the crossbar and stays off the net. As here comes McDonald the other way. Here's Mason McDonald. Makes a move, but in on the back check for the Warriors to prevent that. Puck played up for Riley. Riley shot towards the goal, tipped on net. Here's McDonald. That just goes wide as Warrior will take it the other way. Here comes Western PEI. Williams has it down the left side, goes wide, takes it behind the net, puts the brakes on. Williams still has the puck, drops it off. As here is Riker Griffin, but he gets met there by Mason McDonald behind the net. Up top for Butler, shot just goes wide in the opposite corner. Holmes will collect off the boards, poked up free. That's going to be touched as the hand pass is a signal. Face off will be inside the Devils zone as we're past the halfway mark of the third. 5:18 to go. And what's been a great game so far. Shots at 27-17 in favor of the Devils as puck is dropped. Shot off the face-off. Stop made as Adams reaches out for the rebound. Puck comes free behind the net. Chance in front. Goaltender's down, but they couldn't get it on net as they'll freeze play. Stay tuned for after the game. We'll interview a player on the ice. And be sure to follow us on Instagram, High Blend Sports. You get a free grilled cheese if you follow us. Puck is dropped. Here's Cook. As Garrett will take it behind the net for the Devils. Looking to find Hartman. That'll be out of his reach. Kept in by Smallman. Smallman. And that's going to be sent back towards the zone. Garrett has it. Garrett will get taken down. This is Williams on the forecheck. Puck comes free. Jigalva in the clear. It's going to be kept in by Riley. 4:45 to go. It's Hartman. We'll take it behind the net. Troy Hartman. Pass across. Finds Fortier. Fortier looking for the stretch pass in the middle. Picked up by Barnes. Barnes sent the other way by Smallman. Here's Smallman. Griffin Smallman. Puck in the corner. Put up for Fortier. Fortier will send it into the zone. 4:12 to go. As Riker Griffin will collect. Goes across the ice for Riley. Picked off by Mason McDonald. Here's McDonald. Falls down, enters the zone. Still makes a play towards the goal. That's going to be stopped by Latford. Inside 4 minutes now as stick lift will free up the puck. As Holmes will collect it. Holmes back towards the Warriors zone. Played to the middle. That's going to be played up the boards and sent back to the way by Holmes. McQuillan has it. Cale McQuillan will hold on to it in the corner. They could use a big moment for him right now to tie the game as he's been great all tournament long as Arsenault will poke it free. Here's Jace Arsenault will send it in deep. Later on the boards. Holmes versus Stewart for the loose puck. Sent back in behind the net. Arsenault finds it. Arsenault with the move. Stewart has it behind the net. Up the wall. Pitching in is Butler. Will send it back into the zone. 3:12 to go. As Mason McDonald and Cale McQuillan out there together with Darian Jigov. So Devils send their three best players on the offensive side on the ice together. Looking to tie the game here late. We're inside 3 minutes now. Here's Riker Griffin. Pass for Arsenault. Jigov looking for it. Comes free. Holmes send it back towards the corner. McDonald has it. McDonald looking to stretch McQuillan. That's going to be intercepted by Riker Griffin. He'll send it back into the zone. Here's Griffin out of the corner. Has the puck behind the net. Comes free for the Devils. Here's Holmes up for Mason McDonald. That's going to be sent back in the zone by Brian. A good shift here for the Warriors as they'll send Griffin to the bench. You'll see more of him as this game progresses, I'm sure. It's going to be sent down the ice. And that will be an icing call against Pownal. We have 2:24 to go here in the third period. It's a one-goal game. Warriors up 4-3. Smallman will hit the face-off. Devils need one more player out there. Now they're trying to send Bradley on the late change, but so Bradley stays out there for the face-off. Puck dropped. Here's Riley. Played up the wall. Jigov will have that go off his body, but sent back in the zone. 2.25 to go. Played up the middle. That's going to be sent down the ice. Greg has it. He'll send it back inside the Pownal zone. Let's look for the Warriors to dump and chase it as they look to hold on to this lead. Hartman looking to clear. Trainer will collect it. Trainer up for Bradley across the red line. Bradley will enter the zone but gets tangled up by Smallman. Puck comes free. Inside 2 minutes to go. Here's Gorel looking for Williams. That's going to be an icing call. With 1:44 to go, let's see if there's going to be a timeout called on the Devils' side. And they will signal one. What a game it's been so far, folks. I'll give you a quick recap. Oh, we have a chance. It all started in the first shift of the game as Finn Cook scored on the breakaway. Shortly after, Riley Barnes made it 1-1. Well, Ryland Stewart, assisted by Jace Arsenault and Riker Griffin, got the go-ahead goal. And in the second period, Arsenault, with his second point of the game, on the breakaway, made it 3-1. Well, Mason McDonald made it 3-2, and then Cale McQuillan tied the game. And then shortly after, Jace Arsenault again, third point of the night, second goal, made things 4-3. And that's our story so far. Face off will be inside the Warriors zone. Devils send out Darian Jigov, Adrian Jigov, Mason McDonald, Troy Hartman, Cale McQuillan, and Camden Carpenter. His shot off the side of the net was a shot. Right behind the net. Devils have it. McQuillan makes a move out of the corner. McQuillan has two players on him. Comes free for Jigov behind the net. Here's Darian Jigov. There's Griffin right there to knock him off the puck. 1:20 to go. As here is Jigov down low for McQuillan. McQuillan has the puck. McQuillan shot towards goal. Tip there. McDonald scores! Mason McDonald ties the game with 1:10 to go. His second on the night. And it's 4-4. Late game dramatics. Mason McDonald ties the game. And with 1:10 on the clock in the third, we got a great finish in store. It's been a great game so far, and it's about to get even better here in the final 70 seconds. As here's Hartman. Hartman will send one in deep. Played off the boards, picked up by Butler. Butler up for Cook, but he missed the puck. Hartman couldn't collect it. Here comes Smallman. Smallman fumbles it at center ice. Smallman will send it into the zone. Carpenter back to retrieve it. Inside the last minute of play, Carpenter is cooking on the forward check, knocked it free, but Devils hold possession. McQuillan will chip it through the middle. It's going to be sent to the wall. There's McQuillan looking for the loose puck, finds it. Here's Cale McQuillan up for Mason McDonald, who's looking for the hat trick. Shot gloved down by Latford. So freeze play. But 34 seconds to go. What a game here in Summerside. What a weekend it's been at the 28th annual Ed McNeil Memorial. Jigov out there with McDonald and McQuillan. Puck is dropped. Jigov has it. Shot towards the goal. Rebound cleared away. Here's Arsenault. He has a pair of goals himself. He's on hat trick watch. Back into the middle over the stick of Griffin. As here's Hartman. Hartman will go off the glass. They'll find the stick of McQuillan, but knocked off by Butler. There's Jace Arsenault on the backhand. Will enter the zone as Jigov will tangle him up and collect the loose puck. Comes free from McQuillan. 10 seconds to go in regulation. Here's Cale McQuillan. Will send it in towards the zone. McGore will collect and send it down the ice as Riker Griffin will let that go into the zone. And here's Arsenault! Stop made at the buzzer. Arsenault nearly had a hat trick, game-winning goal. But that one stays out as we're heading the overtime here. We'll play 3-on-3 overtime, I believe, for 5 minutes. take a quick break here. Back for overtime in just a moment. Welcome back inside the Allen Petroleum Energy Center at Credit Union Place in beautiful Summerside, PEI. It's the Jack Day semifinals. All PEI matchup. Warriors versus Devils. 3-on-3 overtime. As the Devils tied the game late out to stick with Mason McDonald. He has 2 in this one. He's out there to start overtime with Cale McQuillan and Troy Hartman. Riker Griffin with Williams and Gorel to start things off. It's a deafening silence here in this one. A lot of anxiousness on both sides. This is Williams. 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes as Williams will play it back for Riker Griffin. Griffin, the All-Star, has the Star logo on his helmet. Will hold on to the puck. He fakes the drop pass. Here's Riker Griffin on the left side. Will drop it off for Gorel. Gorel on the top of the circle, down low for Griffin. Return pass up top for Gorel. Gorel will pass over for Williams. Williams, the top of the circle, plays to the half wall for Griffin. Griffin, we're a minute deep into this overtime. Here's Griffin, holding on to it. Over Williams, shot blocked in front. Comes free in the corner. As battle ensues, Griffin wins that one. Griffin up top. Here's Gorel. Gorel shot off the glove and wide. Devils looking to get possession here. Here's Hartman. We'll play it back from McQuillan as the Warriors are changing. Griffin remains out there, but Smallman joins the game here in overtime. Here's Cale McQuillan. He's had a great tournament so far. Looking to keep his Devils inside. This one, here's McQuillan. Toe drag, stop made of a stick. As here comes Riker Griffin. 2-on-1 with Gorel in overtime. Griffin will hold on to it. Griffin, shot stop made. As rebound was slot picked up, and that's going to be sent towards the goaltender and covered up, which will stop play. 4-4 is your score. We're in the 4th period of the game. We still need a winner. Well, it's still 1-0 for the Lynx over on the other side. This puck is dropped. Picked up by Carpenter. Carpenter go up the boards. It's going to be kept in by Butler. Butler over to Arsenault has 2 goals in this game. The hat trick would be the overtime winner. As taken by the net. Here is Jigov. Darian Jigov has the puck for Pownal. Jigov stripping the puck nearly, but Carpenter recollects for Pownal. Put up ahead. Byers couldn't handle the pass. Picked up by Butler. Butler got off the wall. Finds Smallman. Smallman has Arsenault with him on the 2-on-2. They'll slowly enter the zone. Smallman takes a slap shot on blocked by Carpenter. 2.5 to go in overtime. Here's Carpenter. Plays it over. Here's Byers. Riley Barnes through the middle. Takes a wide shot. Just goes past Latford and wide of the net. As Smallman will collect for the Warriors. 2:20 to go in overtime. Warriors have it behind the net. Played up top. Butler will collect. Enters the zone. Butler through the middle of the ice. Has the puck up top. Makes a move through the legs, but sticked away by McQuillan. Puck comes free. Potential 2-on-1. McQuillan and Mason McDonald. McQuillan will hold on to it and shoot one off the blocker. Big stop from Latford on the 2-on-1. Will play on. As here's McQuillan. Makes a move up top. Cale McQuillan will shoot one on. Blocker save. Rebound cleared away. As here's Jace Arsenault with a pair of goals in this one. Plays it over. Butler will play it up ahead. That was Smallman. Riker Griffin back on the ice. Here's Gorel. Jace Gorel over to Arsenault. Arsenault Over to Goral. Goral shot, stop made by Adams. And that was a big one, of course, as Adams came to the top of his crease to make the save. Here's Hartman. Troy Hartman makes a move, past Cook. Hartman enters his zone on the right side. The lefty will shoot towards the goal, just goes wide. Picked up. Here's Griffin. Plays it back. 1 minute to go here in the first overtime. Goral back to Griffin. Riker Griffin will look for a lane and shoot one out the blocker of Adams as Cook makes a save. Or Adams makes a save, Cook collects in the wall. Last minute to play here in OT. Here's Cook. Up top for Goral. Goral finds Riker Griffin in the corner. Here's Griffin. Pass in front. Cook one-timer blocked by Hartman. 35 seconds to go. Here's Cook. Cook up for Goral on the backhand. Goral will play it down low. Tipped in front by Griffin, just set wide. Looking to clear his Pownal. Puck comes free from Mason McDonald, the captain. Has 2 goals in this one. McDonald, nice move. Here's Mason McDonald. Fans in the shot. And here comes Riker Griffin with Cook. 2-on-1. Griffin with the puck on the right side. Griffin will drag and shoot one low. Stop made with a glove by Cal Adams with 8 seconds to go in the first overtime. Griffin will exit the ice, so will McQuillan. It's Arsenault out there with Smallman for the face-off. Jigov will oppose him. Puck is dropped. One back in the corner. Up the wall, kept in by Arsenault. Pass in the middle as Smallman couldn't collect it cleanly. But that's going to do it for overtime. So, still no winner after the first OT. Let's take another quick break. I believe there's going to be a second overtime as well. So no huddle up, they'll just keep on playing, it looks like. So we'll give them 10 more seconds here to catch their breath. Catch my breath as well. Shots are 30-23 in favor of the Devils. So we'll play another 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. Jigov against Smallman for the opening draw. This puck is played up ahead. Here's Jigov. Jigov on the left wall. Tying it up with Smallman. Plays it around the end for Goral. Goral through the middle, picked off. Puck comes free. There's Adrian Jigov out there with Darian Jigov. Not sure if they're brothers or not. Here's Smallman from behind the net. Played up the wall as Goral. Fumbled it. Comes free again for Goral. Up for Arsenault. Here's Jace Arsenault looking for the hat-trick goal. Will be the overtime winner. As Smallman keeps it inside the zone. That will be poked free as Jigov got tangled up with Arsenault. Puck comes free. Both Jigovs are on the forecheck. Smallman will fake the slap shot. Goes backhand over to Goral. Goral through the middle. As Arsenault can handle the pass in the backhand. McQuillan has it in his own end. He has 2 goals himself. Cale McQuillan down the right wall. Enters the zone. McQuillan will put the brakes on as he enters looking for a trailer. Here's Carpenter now. Carpenter will shoot one. Stop made by Joel Latford. And that will freeze play with less than 4 minutes to go here in OT, the second overtime. McQuillan in for the face-off. Once again, puck is dropped inside the Warrior zone. Comes free from McQuillan as Devils have possession. McQuillan up for Carpenter. Carpenter passing across from McDonald, but that'll escape. McDonald will take it outside the zone. As he has it neutralized. The captain for the Devils. Plays it over for McQuillan. Cale McQuillan will slow things down with 3.5 to go in overtime. As Griffin nearly picked his pocket. Players collide on the blue line. Puck comes free. Here's Carpenter. He plays it up ahead. Mason McDonald will collect. McDonald has Galan on the back check. McDonald shot glove down by Latford as they'll freeze play. Less than 3.5 to go in the second overtime. Shigov will take the face-off against Griffin. Puck poked free. Riker Griffin will play it back into the zone. Gore looking for the loose puck. Gets tangled up with Griffin. 3 minutes to go here in the second overtime. Winner moves on to the Jack Day Conference Finals en route to the Ed Cup Championship game. Warriors have it now at the scrum, as Griffin will slow things down in his own corner. Less than 3 minutes to go in OT2. Here's Griffin. Pass through the middle. There's one touch up ahead for Williams. Might be a 2-on-1, and it is. Here's Williams towards the goal. Stop made. Rebound! Nearly put in by Jigov into his own net. That would have been heartbreaking for Pownal. But we'll play on. Here's Darian Jigov over cross. Picked up by Barnes. Barnes will circle back and neutral ice with 2.5 to go in overtime. Here's Jigov. Jigov will get taken down in the entry. He's not going to call that in this overtime, in this circumstance. Here's Riker Griffin. Griffin has the puck. One of the best players in this tournament, number 3 in blue, has the puck right now. Griffin will hold on to it behind the net. Pass in front. Here's Gorel. It's blocked in front. That one stays out. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Byron's looking for it. Byron makes a move out of the corner, escapes the forecheck, as they'll kind of leave him there with no man pressuring. Byron will slowly make its way up ice. You got to think these kids are pretty tired right now, as Hartman has the puck, enters his zone. Here's Troy Hartman, stop off the shot on the entry. Now we'll freeze play. With 1:45 to go in the second period of extra time. Puck is dropped. McQuillan takes the face-off against Smallman. One back by Butler. Butler has the puck for the Warriors behind the net. Hit up the wall for Cook. Cook collects on his forehand. So slowly make his way up ice. Gets by McDonald. Here's Cook at the opening goal of this game. Cook has a lane. Cook, the backhand, just goes over the net. As Finn Cook plays up top for Butler. Here's Jax Butler looking for the turn feed was Cook, but he couldn't pick it up, as McQuillan will take over behind the net. Cale McQuillan, the assistant captain for Pownal, makes a move by the forechecker. McQuillan will take it down the left side. Here's Cale McQuillan, makes a move in the corner, gets tangled up by Smallman. Comes free behind the net. Here's Mason McDonald. McDonald gets past the forecheck. Butler tipped on goal McQuillan, but he hit the shin pad of Smallman. Last minute play in OT number 2. Butler has the puck for Western PEI. As Smallman will play it on the wall. Smallman has McDonald on him. Makes the move. Smallman up top. Gorel will spin over to Cook. Cook has a lane in the net. He'll walk in and shoot one. Stop made by the goaltender, Cal Adams, as Cook gets his own rebound. 30 seconds to go in overtime. Here's Griffin off the bench. Riker Griffin makes a move. Another one. Griffin still has the puck in the slot. Over to Gorel. Gorel on the half wall. Back up top for Griffin. Griffin back for Gorel. Back for Griffin. Riker Griffin spinning, holding on to it in the circle. Griffin shot up high off the helmet of the goaltender. Rebound collected by Cook. 10 seconds to go in overtime. Here's Griffin. 8 seconds. We'll slow things down. Griffin. 5 seconds now. Griffin will shoot one on low. Rebound cleared away. And 2 overtimes have come and gone. Still no winner. OT number 3 coming up in just a moment. We'll be right back for overtime in about 20 seconds. Welcome back to Island Petroleum Energy Center inside Credit Union Place. As overtime number 3, the Jack Day semifinals, winner goes on to the conference championship en route to the Ed Cup championship game. as Riker will play it back for Goral. Goral over top. Stewart back for Goral, over to Griffin. Here's Riker Griffin. Number 3 will slowly take its way behind the net. Over to Goral. Goral has Arsenault streaking through the middle. Arsenault has 2 goals in this game. Will take it in overtime into the zone. As Arsenault makes a shove on the forecheck. Comes free to him top. Here's Griffin! Stop made, rebound! Just sent wide as Riker Griffin nearly one-time that one in the back of the net. This player taking down the corner. They're not going to blow that one down. Griffin had a lane in the net, but he couldn't collect it. Here's McQuillan. Cale McQuillan. A pair of goals in this game. Will take it in front of his own net. 1 minute is gone here in the third overtime, the 6th period in this game. McQuillan down the right side. Has the puck. Near the blue line, he'll circle back and neutral ice. Here's McQuillan. Will once again make his way back, this time at his own end. McQuillan slowing things down, finds Jigov. Here's Adrian Jigov. Will throw it towards the goal. Rebounds there on the top of the crease. It's loose. Here's Hardman. Hardman's shot, stop made. And there'll be no rebound this time as Joel Latford freezes play. What a sequence that was. Somehow we're still tied up. Jigov will win the face-off back. Here's Adrian Jigov as he took that from Darian Jigov, but Butler will collect in the corner off the rebound. Finds Williams. Williams, cross-ice pass off the backhand of Smallman, collected by Adrian Jigov. There's Darian Jigov behind the net. Jigov will play it over to the corner for Hartman. Hartman goes up to the middle, picked off by Williams, that will go onto his stick. Williams has it in neutral ice. Jigov on him with a forecheck. Butler takes the pass from Williams. Return feed is a little bit behind Williams, so he's forced to put the brakes on. Williams back for Butler. Butler will circle back behind his own net. Butler makes a move by the forechecks, making a few moves there is number 7 in blue. Butler fans on the pass, still has the puck. Plays it for Smallman. Smallman down the right wall. Here's Griffin Smallman through the middle of the ice. Smallman has a lane. Shot, stop made by Adams. Rebound collected by Jigov. Here's Adrian Jigov through the middle. Out of the reach of Darian Jigov is that pass as Riker Griffin will collect to neutral ice. Here's Griffin, the all-star forward, went to the zone on the right side. Griffin, cross-ice pass for Cook. Cook back towards the goal. Deflected wide. He gets the return pass from Griffin. Put up top for Goral. Goral over to Griffin. Griffin on the half wall. Will hold on to the puck, takes it outside the zone. 2 minutes to go in the third overtime here. Here's Goral. Goral through the middle of the ice. Drops it off. Here comes the Warriors. Here's Cook through the middle of the ice. Cook has a lane on the net. Cook fires one on, stop made. Rebound was there, but cleared by the Devils. So here's Jigov. Gets tangled up, comes free for McQuillan, who will circle back in his own end as Cook on the forward check. McQuillan gets by him. Here comes Cale McQuillan. Makes a move with the defender. 2-on-1 with Mason McDonald. Here's McQuillan. Will drag and shoot one. Falls down. Making the play. As here's Riker Griffin. He'll slow things down the corner. 1:17 to go here in the third overtime. Warriors have it. Played to the opposite end, but off the stick. Here's McQuillan. Cale McQuillan with a minute to go in OT will place it in front of himself, looking to gather some speed. McQuillan gets by Arsenault. Pretty nonchalant skate movement from number 8, McQuillan, as he has 2 goals in this game. McQuillan will take it wide as he enters the zone. Cale McQuillan on the goal line now, has the puck for Pownal. McQuillan has McDonald in front, finds him, shot, scores! Mason McDonald! Overtime hero! And the Devils are moving on! Mason McDonald, his 3rd goal of the game, the hat trick, is the overtime winner. What a finish that was, folks.
Give a lead, please line back up the blue line for the recitation of the players of the game.
As we'll stay on the air for the player of the game. What a game that was, folks. Happy to give you the coverage of that one. A moment the Devils will remember for the rest of their lives, I'm sure. I'll never forget this one as well. A back and forth all game long. It took 3 overtimes to decide a winner. But it's the Pownal Red Devils here on their home island who are moving on.
Game-winning goal, scored by number 6, Mason McDonald. As this number 8, Taylor McWillan. And number 14, Bay Holmes. Time to go for 18. Lance McDonald, third of the game.
Just going to hear the official goal call from the PA announcer. 3 goals to send his team to the conference finals. It's Jason Arsenault gets player of the game for the Warriors. He had 2 goals in this one, well deserved. And we'll see who gets the Pownal MVP. I'm sure you can take a guess.
The player of the game for the Pownal Red Devils is number 6, Mason McDonald.
As Mason McDonald, the captain, hat trick, including the overtime winner, gets player of the game. As we'll have a post-game interview with the overtime hero. We'll send down the ice level with Justin Belanger.
Mason McDonald, game winner, hat trick. You got ice in your veins. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt great. Yeah, I don't know how we came back there. They played a great game. Just got lucky.
Really evenly matched game. You have the positive outcome. You're moving on to the semifinals. How does the rest of your group and yourself feel right now?
Oh, we're pumped. Going to the semis. I don't know who we're playing, but yeah, we got to get ready for that one.
You have a lot of coaches, a lot of parents in the stands who make sure that you guys are on time and get to these games. A lot of sacrifices made. Do you want to say anything to your parents?
Yeah, thanks for my parents for driving me and putting me in all these stuff, and wouldn't happen without them.
Wicked. Good luck the rest of the way, fellas.
Thank you. They played a great game.